doing this podcast with me. I love
Oh
you
my
so
God,
much.
I love you.
Okay, working on a pod, working on a fam. We are back. This is a big day for us, okay? You guys are the first guests ever in this new spot. The Herbert family is here.
We were told to keep our mics right here, so we're
Yeah, you are.
Don't,
You're doing
don't
so
overstress about it. I
good.
get a little crazy with the thing.
I
You're
can't
good.
even hear
Abby?
them. Are they on?
Are we on?
Yeah,
oh,
why?
So on.
Josh,
They're-
speak.
Hello.
He's so
No,
quiet.
not
Is that
that.
you in general?
No, I just don't
Why
want
are
to.
you like
Hold on.
licking the microphone?
Well, this
There
is
you
the
go.
type
Oh,
of mic
that's
you want to
good.
be
I like
against,
that.
right?
That's
You want
good.
to be on the pop.
Yeah, he's a
filter here,
gadget
right?
guy.
Oh,
God, I love you
yeah, yeah.
guys.
yeah.
Okay, so
No, thanks for having us.
Abby
You're in
and
LA.
coming over.
Josh
Abby
are
and
here.
Josh Herbert are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm fangirling so hard since you guys pulled into the driveway.
Oh, stop.
My mom
it.
was with me, and you guys like drove in, and my mom was like, "Oh, I'm freaking the fuck out." And I was like, "I know." She's like, "They're like real," and I was like,
stop.
"I know."
It's like we have been mutuals and like texting and communicating for like 3 years,
Years,
now.
yeah.
Years. And we've never
Like, through
met.
pregnancies.
I know. It is crazy. It's
And
crazy.
glasses.
And
Yeah.
glasses. And Chris Olsen.
And Chris
Mhm.
Olsen's. Like,
Oh
what are
my
you gonna do
God.
about this?
Where is he? Is he upstairs
Did
or
he
something?
He's gonna
Did he
sneak
text
in
you?
probably. He
I
wants
texted
to,
him.
He
I don't
wants to
know.
crash the pod.
Is he
and
Yeah.
say
upstairs? I
hello.
like that. Is he hiding?
He's
Yeah,
hiding.
He's definitely upstairs.
Yeah, he's locked away.
Yeah.
Um,
so
Pop
we're
out at the right time.
Yeah.
But you guys are here for the Kids' Choice Awards.
Yes.
You got nominated.
Whoa,
Hey,
congrats.
Thank you. It's wild.
Huge.
Family creator category.
Yeah.
So
We found
cool.
out the day they announced, like we didn't know. So we're just happy to be here. Like
Aw.
And I
so-
will say today's our 5-year
our
wedding
5-year
anniversary.
wedding
Shut up.
anniversary. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
So-
I'm just like, I mean,
This is a
I'm
big
s-
day. Why
it's
are
a
you
big day,
here?
but I'm
You
not.
guys are the same.
We're the
Yeah.
same people.
I'm not like the type like.
We don't
I'm just-
celebrate
we're-
things.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
have
Yes.
another
We-
wedding?
Not
Yeah.
the same. Not the same.
We did.
Yeah. A whole nother wedding.
You had on. I mean,
Yeah.
In
I
hoodies.
would.
It wasn't like a gown in the
Yeah,
whole
right, right,
aisle.
I mean, obviously.
It was a birthday. It's on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
it's
you
like
It was
had
like
to
a
go.
birthday
combo.
party.
Well,
I
my
was like,
birthday's
I'm gonna do it.
my birthday's on Monday.
Oh,
So I
you
should
could've
have. I
collabed
could have
that.
done. I could have done a collab.
10 years.
10 years. Yes.
10 is
or
great.
6. You know.
Oh,
let's
cool.
make next year.
6.
Do it.
Uh.
So yeah, no, we're this being here and on this trip is like our celebration. You know, like a week away from 2 kids
Well,
screaming.
it's
been really
important to
nice.
have our time. You guys know, like your time together, because that can
Yeah.
get kind of lost with the things.
Yes,
of
I have so
Well,
many
parenthood.
parent questions
we have
for
to,
y'all.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Because
2 kids the same age.
we don't do a lot of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we need some advice. Like, what do
Yeah.
you guys do for fun together?
Yeah, we lay in bed.
We chill and watch
I was just
shows,
gonna say we watch movies.
movie shows.
Yeah, it's hard because we are together 24/7 all day, every day, which is the best thing ever. When we, before all of this social social
us.
media changed our lives, our goal was like, we're like, how can we be business owners to work together? Like I was modeling, he was doing music, he was doing
Magician.
Magician.
he was doing music and
Isn't that how you met? You were the model in
Yes,
his music video?
model.
Yeah,
in the
I
music video.
handpicked her to be my girlfriend in the
stop
music
it.
video.
He
Um,
handpicked
That like
his wife.
never
The video's on
happens.
YouTube still. You can
Oh,
check
I
it
yeah.
thought
out.
you
Yeah.
private. You didn't put it on private?
I let that one go.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's
You
floating.
got it. That's a
Yeah.
magical
Let it go.
It's
moment.
magical.
It's
so.
magical. So yeah, we always wanted to like be together. So then when this TikTok changed our lives happened, we were like, this is the best thing ever.
But I didn't want to be on social media anymore. I was kind of like fried out. I was doing like Facebook covers and like, I was covering Meghan Trainor songs on Facebook and
Shut up.
no, I was, but I was just kind of like done with like
the
so-
social
the social
media.
media stuff. Like music kind of
Yeah.
fizzled out for me. And I had to get back to reality, like doing construction, drove for Uber, delivered furniture, delivered beer,
like just trying to make money and just
Yeah.
trying to survive.
Um,
And then I was like,
a video of yours, I guess.
popped off. It's just one video.
Which one?
It was of our like wedding. I just posted like a video from the wedding and it just went like,
Yeah,
I
'cause you're the
remember I woke
prettiest
up.
people.
Oh, stop.
I want to
Thank
look at you over and over
Stop.
again.
It like had 100,000 views and I was like, what is this? Like, this is crazy. And I went from like having like 1,000 followers to 15,000 in one day. I was like, this is,
Oh, that's a lot. That's a big
it's
jump.
a big
Well,
jump
then
in
we
one
then we
day.
got our first brand deal, like organically. It was Vital Proteins.
Vital Proteins.
And it was like a big number for us. And I was like, wait, we can make
you can get
money?
paid to like make
Yeah.
a.
How quickly? Like you
Oh, it
woke
was-
up.
fairly quickly. It was like
Yeah.
within a couple weeks we
Wow.
got that, and then I went online and I was like TikTok management,
Yeah.
and I found this guy, contacted him. We got signed to this TikTok management, I guess it was at the point
Yeah.
at the time, and then it just kind of
like
everything-
Josh Richards and like all the like OG TikTokers were with that company. So we're like, oh,
Like,
they're
Noah
if
Beck.
they're with
Perfect,
like Noah
yeah.
Beck was with
Wow.
them.
I was like,
we're
well,
Yeah.
these guys are the biggest ones on the app, so this must be the place to be. You know?
Yes,
So-
must be the place.
so
and then like our lives had just completely
You
changed.
guys are
and
so adult. You did it all
Oh,
by yourselves, and you're like
it's-
16. Like how? Are you,
Stop.
you guys are young.
I'm
Tell your age.
34.
Okay, whatever. You
Oh,
look
never
16.
mind. You're old.
I'm
You're
old.
old.
You
I'm
look
turning-
fantastic.
thank
Yeah,
you.
he
looks
what's,
so
your, what's your
good.
secret?
I'm kind of a vampire.
Yeah.
Anxiety, panic disorder.
Yes,
That'll do it to
I
you. That'll
just-
keep you young.
Like 5 seconds ago, I was like trying to breathe because I
Yeah.
was like, "Am I having full panic?"
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
chugged my
It's-
Oh,
coffee.
I was anxious
wait.
on the way here. It's a normal thing for
he had
folks
a
like us. Yeah.
panic attack in the lobby at the hotel, the one hotel when we like got here, and I had to ask the waiter. He was laying on.
Well, not panic. I was like dying.
It was
beyond
beyond
panic
panic attack.
My lips
Baby
went
Josh, you or me?
white. Yeah,
I know.
I've had panic disorder.
and
since I
I'm
was,
normally
10,
like I
so-
have no anxiety, and I'm like, you're fine, But I looked at
Yeah.
him; he was white, and I was like, okay.
Well, it's
this
because
is
I don't like
serious?
airplanes. I have aerophobia.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
wanted
freak
to
out on
talk about
planes.
that. Yeah.
And I used to drink heavily to get on a plane. I
Yep.
stopped drinking for 550 days, no alcohol.
Let's go.
I
Yeah.
did dabble. I mean, as a dad, I was just, it was getting to a point where it wasn't beneficial for me. If I want to have a beer, I'm in control, right? I'm in the driver's seat now, so I can have a beer or two here and there and then call it a day. But I did go 550 days. But now getting on a plane, I take a 0.5 milligram lorazepam.
Yo,
Helps a little bit.
a little,
But, like,
right?
A little
with
bit. I
Josh's
still get-
a little more.
anxiety,
Like, my
he won't
anxiety's
take
insane.
Tylenol because he's afraid
I don't
of
like
what
taking pills.
Tylenol will do to him.
You don't.
like.
Oh yeah,
it,
yeah.
like,
Same,
stresses
I get
same.
anxiety from
out.
taking a pill.
That
Yes.
happened to my brain
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
I accidentally took too much edibles
See?
one day.
Oh,
And so now
yeah.
I'm sober bird because
Yeah.
I thought I died and
Yeah.
then was like, I
Oh,
think
should you-
everything is killing me.
I
Do you want to
Did
tell
you
the
do that
story?
yeah.
too?
So I'll
Should
never
we-
do it again.
This will be a
Me
crazy story.
I actually have the song too, and I'll find it. Have you heard
The
of a
song?
vaporizer?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
did you do
I was living with
dab?
some people in Michigan,
Yep.
and
You did a dab. You
I
sweet
never
soul.
smoked. I drank a little bit, and they're like, "Yeah, just hit this thing." I was like, "Okay," and it must have been laced with something.
Yep.
Who knows? Instantly went to a medieval town.
Yep.
I was walking these cobblestone
Oh.
streets. This gypsy was playing this thing, and I had my studio upstairs in this little
You poor
apartment.
thing.
And I went up there, and I was in this like Zelda world, and I was living there. It must have been 2-3 years. I don't know how long I was
Yeah.
there.
So
Who
he's got the
knows?
whole thing.
I'll find the song once I stop telling the story, so we can play it. Just wait, you can
Oh,
hear what I
it's
hear. And
nice.
I think the song I titled it "Young Hobbit Boy," and the gypsies. She was just playing this like tambourine. There was this guy on this lute just playing this jingle, and I was lost there for a while. Got off, and then I had 911 dialed on my phone,
And
staring at it. And then I went on my Facebook, and I was looking at my profile as if I wasn't myself, and I was freaking out. And then I slowly calmed myself
you like
down.
came
Dude,
out.
I
of
think
it.
I've
I've
never
never
touched-
smoked ketamine.
Yeah, no,
I've never
there's
touched
a-
drugs ever again.
There's a large group of us that
Yeah.
like accidentally did too much weed or something.
Yeah.
My a friend of ours, a family member, it just happened to him, and I was like, "Sweet boy, I know what happens. You feel like you
It's-
died." He's
Yeah.
like, "No, I saw
gotta show you
Jesus,"
this.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, you
I was
nobody."
gypsy
I was
girl.
like,
I was
"You're
like a
okay,"
gypsy.
but I swear to God, when I went to all the doctors for my panic disorder, because I didn't know what was happening, my parents they don't know that kind of stuff,
Yep,
so
same
they
with
were
me. I'm in
like,
the same boat.
"You're going to the emergency room? Come over here. I'll rub your head." I was
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm having diarrhea
Yeah.
and my heart's stopping."
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I'm obviously dying.
Yeah.
And then Ryan,
wait.
oh Jesus,
Let's go.
you just heard this?
I produced
No,
this
he-
from what I heard.
He made this after.
He made it
Just
after.
wait for it. You'll hear the gypsy. Just wait.
You hear the gypsy?
Just wait.
I love this.
This is called
I
Young
think
Hobbit Boy.
This
by
is a
Josh
ketamine
Richards.
trip.
That, or it could be salvia.
This is fucking
Mm.
good.
Salvia takes you to another dimension.
Just wait for it. I'm about to turn the
She's
corner.
about to pop.
The castle's kind of in view.
Mhm.
She's about to come out here with the tambourine. There's a.
Why do you relive this hell?
It's good. He's in
Nice.
control now.
This is good.
Honestly,
Honestly,
nice.
Yeah, you're on an adventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is kind of nice. I'd stay here.
I
I'm
would
like I'm in
stay
Disney
here.
World.
I think you had the best
she pretty?
possible outcome of this bad trip.
That's it though.
Oh my god.
I
Dude,
love
You
it.
live to tell the
Yeah.
I
story.
love it.
That'll
Mine
be on
was like-
Spotify next week.
Yeah.
Mine was like so lame. I was doing a puzzle because that's what I would do to calm my anxiety and do an edible. And my normal edibles that were like 5 milligrams, itty bitty,
Yeah.
like were out or something, or we didn't have any. So I got a lollipop that was 25 milligrams.
Also, I will say that night she
I
said,
said I want to get the most high I've ever been. Whatever. But I didn't really mean it. So I did the 25. Then I forgot I did the 25.
That's
I
a
did
big-
the 25.
that's a big
so
leap.
then
no,
I
so
did
she had a Jolly
50.
Rancher and then she had
Yeah.
a lollipop and I was like, hey, why are you having that lollipop? She was like, because I
You
want to get
forgot-
high, and I was like, So you already took a Jolly Rancher, and that was my mistake.
Yeah.
Because I was just nonchalant. And she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my
No.
god!"
No one was
I was doing the
logging.
puzzle
Oh my
and I
God.
realized I was like, I haven't took a breath in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
and then
no.
You can't-
my
you can't
soul,
feel
I was like
breathing.
dry
From
heaving
that-
all night.
Oh no.
I had my bestie in my bed with me and my husband on the other
Oh
side.
my
And I said,
God.
make sure my pulse doesn't stop. And
Yeah.
all
we
night.
put on the
I
Good
was high for
Dinosaur.
3 days. We put on
Oh,
Pixar.
Good
Which that
times,
has a
that's
trippy
such
scene,
fun.
too.
That
I was
trippy
like,
scene.
I don't know about this
Arlo?
one.
Mhm.
Arlo.
But I told the doctors when I was having panic disorder, I was like, I know what I did wrong.
yeah.
And I opened right here. It
Yeah.
opened up a portal of hell.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have panic now
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God I went on medication, my antidepressants, because I would have been trapped there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And finally, a doctor was like, your chemicals are just like this.
Yeah.
You're okay. It happens
Yeah.
to everyone in their 20s.
yeah.
And I will bring you back and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it saved my life. And
Now,
I've never looked back.
Do you have anxiety? Like how did
I have anxiety, but I never had what she had.
He
Yeah, like the
doesn't have
panic,
like,
the-
we're gonna
different.
die.
Well, that's what I'm
His
saying.
is
So
like depression.
it was
types.
really, really hard at
Yeah,
first
I'm
to
depressed.
Yeah.
It's
Just
And,
depression.
overwhelmed,
It's just
Yeah.
and
depression.
childhood trauma.
You're
Just
just
that.
you
That's
have yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you got you
Yeah.
got your
And
own stuff.
Rai,
Yeah.
he's had panic for
Okay.
like his whole life, but didn't know what it was either, and
Yeah.
he never told anyone.
Yeah,
That was
it's
that
a-
was him.
And then he
Thing.
drank
I was
about
embarrassed.
it.
Like, I
Yeah.
didn't want to
Yeah.
tell people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I was
and-
scared, to be honest with you. I was like, I just thought something was, no
I
one
thought
else
it
could
was
feel
yeah.
this feeling.
schizophrenic
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
And
the
for-
drinking would help. It did. It
Yeah,
did
and
not.
that was
Yeah,
that
it
was
just
made it
not,
worse.
it makes it way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. The Sunday scaries.
It makes
for
it
someone
way
like
worse.
and
But-
me that like who doesn't have that, like when we first started dating, I didn't understand. I was like, just get on the freaking plane. Like just
Oh,
get on
yeah.
it. Grow up. Like I was like, now 8 years together, I'm like, okay, this is like a real thing. This is what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going through. Like Josh won't like we know he's got to be on a low floor of a hotel. He doesn't do high rises.
like
he doesn't
being
get
high
an
up.
elevator.
I don't like
he
elevators.
doesn't like it's
That's fine, dude.
it's
Tell her
You
about
pick and
me
choose.
performing.
like
I was gonna
he's-
say, how are you a pop star then?
so well, that's the reason why he's not this huge pop star, because he will not go on stage and perform.
I'm gonna drag your ass.
You
on
have
stage.
But
to.
I
You
did.
have
But
to.
I
I'm
would
gonna
have
do
panic
that.
attacks. Like I
I
opened for the
know.
Chicks, and I was at Madison Square Garden, got in my own head, went out there, and I literally playing had a full blown massive
he
panic
wasn't
attack
saying
while I'm
words.
playing. And I was singing my
Oh,
song,
no.
"Waking every morning to your sunshine," my stupid song I have out, and I'm just like, oh my god, like what are the? And I was messing up all the words,
Yeah.
like everything
no one
started
knew
going
other than me.
gray. And I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god. And actually, my first show, I did one song early and got off. I
He was
told my
supposed to
drummer,
do-
I was like,
Yeah.
you gotta get the fuck off the stage. I was like, I gotta
And he
get off.
came back and he was laying in the RV and I had to check his pulse. He was like, I'm down.
My heart was like
I was like,
exploding.
"You're not
full,
dying, you're
every
okay."
night I was having 21 dates. I had a panic attack every night I went on,
Yeah.
on stage.
Oh,
I
no.
was
That's
no
tour, right?
medication.
How long are
tour.
you in LA?
Yeah.
I got a guy for you.
No.
Till Sunday.
We leave on Sunday, but he
Yeah.
need
I
he,
need.
we
yeah.
need to come
That's
back because he
gonna get
needs it.
We
He
got a
needs
good
it.
guy.
But yeah, it's just
Also,
some-
hypnosis. Have you tried hypnosis?
Well, that's so
Everyone's
we have a
been-
good guy in
yeah.
Pittsburgh who recommended. We just
Yeah.
got with this doctor. He recommended it, and
Okay.
he really pushed for Josh to do it. So I think he.
I've just I think I'm at the point I've had it so long. I've accepted that that's part of what I have now, but it does sometimes get to a place where I'm the instigator. I'm like, where are you,
Yeah.
Panic?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
come on.
No, then that's
Where
what I
you
tell
at?
him. I'm like, you're looking
And
for it.
I'm
I'm like,
like-
just
Yeah.
relax.
And
Yeah.
did
breathe.
you notice that when you're extra exhausted, aka have 2 kids,
Yes.
and you're up at 6, and then you have to go.
Yeah.
I went to a concert last night. I came home buzzing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
because my body goes, "Are you tired? Are you dying?"
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
And
my
it's like,
doctors
damn.
are like,
Well,
"Know
that
your
was-
triggers."
That
I'm
was
like,
him in
"That's
the
my
one
trigger."
hotel lobby. He was so exhausted. He took 2
When you feel you're
lorazepam.
losing control
He
of your
couldn't- he-
bodily.
He was
everything.
like,
It's
I'm gonna throw. I'm like, relax, breathe. You're okay. You're breathing. You're okay. And
Yeah.
like he was so worked up, and it's like, how do you?
But then she
Yeah.
asked, like, I did a half Ironman. She's like, how do you do
How do you
that
an
stuff, but
Ironman?
you like can't get on an airplane? I'm like, I think it's
Is it a
because I'm.
workout thing?
Like control.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in
I was
control.
like,
It's
what
like
the
epic
fuck is an
workout,
Ironman,
bro.
man?
Well, it's a
Yeah.
triathlon. You
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
a
it's
1.2 mile open water swim, which I didn't know how to swim, and people were grown adults
Excuse
were
me?
Not
freaking
scared of
out.
drowning,
Wait,
but
no. People are like they've died. Like they died.
What are you
during
doing
this.
that?
Well, I think the reason being I'm in control.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do a lot of I go in my cold plunge. You know, that's a
Yeah.
scary thing. You give yourself
Yeah.
like a little, but
yeah,
I
that's
love it
supposed to
now.
help with all that.
I think
too.
it does. I think when you go in there, you're putting yourself into that fight
Yep.
mode, or flight mode. Sorry, and then I think you're just
Yeah,
like,
that was like one of the first times that I realized I could control it, because I was like,
Yeah.
once I go there, I'll die. But once you can prove to yourself, like, oh, I can control it.
Yes.
It was night and day. We did scuba diving, but like
wow.
barely, like
Yeah.
snorkel, scuba,
Yeah, yeah.
scuba,
It's like 30 feet.
snuba.
Yeah.
Like it was
Still,
nothing.
that's
But he
and
would
I-
never do that.
But I
Don't say
so
never,
I
but-
went down there and I was like, okay, you can't have a panic attack because you will die.
Yeah.
And I watched myself like going into it, and then I watched myself force my way because I was like, I want to live.
Yep.
I want
Yeah.
to live.
You
Yeah.
breathed.
Yeah, I was
You
breathing.
breathe.
And
deep
then I was
breaths.
like, oh my God, I can save myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cold plunge is a great way, getting really
Yeah.
cold like that. I always tell everyone, when you get in, you're going to have a full panic attack
Yeah.
and it'll go away in 1
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, like 30 seconds.
This
30
is what I-
seconds.
This is what I try to tell Josh. I'm like, we could
cool.
all sit here and really think and make ourselves feel sick. So
I
easily.
was. I was
you
so
could,
sick
You
like
could
20
literally
seconds
sit here and
ago.
be like,
I was so ill.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't feel good, and it's like that is getting in your own head. So I'm like, you have to try.
I just hate how powerful this
It is.
Well,
It
also the
is.
other thing is like the dependability. I struggle going places alone, grocery store.
Oh, he won't go anywhere by himself.
Can't go to the
Yeah.
hardware store. Like I have to have
I
her
can't
with
drive a
me,
car.
or
No, he does not.
I can
he
drive
does
a
not.
car,
No,
but
can't. I
no.
won't.
When was the last time you drove somewhere without me? Where was the last time you drove
whoa,
somewhere without
yo,
me?
I
Ask
drive
him.
all the
Yo,
time.
yo, yo,
You gotta
shit,
break
shit,
over
shit.
here.
I literally.
Come on, I drive by myself. Like,
No, you
I
guys are
park the
same
car in the
person.
driveway and turn
You're
around.
the same.
Josh.
No, I
You
drive
don't
by
even-
myself.
We order whole, like I'll be like, Josh, I need this. Like, please, I can't. I'm have the kid. I don't want to go. I'll order. I'm like, no, go like test yourself. Go to Whole Foods. No,
Here's the
The
thing.
It's
mic
I
also
Everything's
think
like
like, get in the
annoying.
car.
You know,
Yeah.
you gotta go to Whole
it's
Foods.
not
you
too,
gotta-
but I think too is like where I'm from. Like I know everyone. It's like my hometown, and like
You
a
get
lot
so
of the
worried
times
about seeing
I get worried
someone.
about getting stuck into a conversation that I
Come
can't.
here.
Yeah.
Move here. You know no
Well,
one.
yeah, that,
Yeah,
like I,
dude.
That was
not
the
that I
best
don't want to
part
talk
of
to
LA.
people. I give myself panic attacks whenever I get stuck in a conversation. Then I get real awkward. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. You know, and
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
very
like,
nice.
my
So you get
God.
stuck
No,
in
we're
those
at a
combos.
grocery
Yeah.
store, and I think this is a great quality of him. But like, that's where his panic goes. If he sees someone three aisles down that he went to high school with, that he doesn't even know their name, he's so worried that they saw him. He has to look them up on Facebook, find their name, and then find them to go
You're
say
just
hi.
polite,
You're
my
so
love.
polite.
well, I
But
want to
he-
connect.
But
I
he's
want to
like,
connect. in
he's
a
so
way.
worried that they saw him and he didn't say hi.
That happens to me all the time. Last
You
time
know?
at Tate McRae's concert,
Yeah.
7 of those people came up to me, and one of them I looked at them and said hi, ran away.
Yeah.
Then they caught me. My manager's
no.
like, "We know him,"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Oh my
Oh.
God, I literally looked at you and thought I didn't know you, so I left." And he's
Yeah.
like, "I saw. It's okay."
Yeah.
But you meet so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
I just
people,
brutally
it's-
honest. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bye."
You have to be, yeah.
It's
But
so
yeah,
overwhelming.
he did that at Target the other day.
I did.
Yeah.
He
I
was
did,
like,
but that
"Ugh,
was I
we
was
gotta
just
get the
tired.
fuck
I was
outta
like,
here.
I
I
don't
don't know
know
that
that
guy.
I
like,
don't want to
it's
do this right
okay
now.
if you- Like you can do a wave, you can say hi. You don't
Yeah.
have to ask them like their whole life story, how they're
You
doing.
can't just do a wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you do a wave, you're like, there's a
Yeah.
tractor beam. I have to
Gross.
Yeah.
I was
keep
like, What do you
walking.
mean
Yeah.
a wave?
I'm like, this
So where
is-
you been? How's everything?
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those. But I think
Yeah.
too, though, what's interesting about, since we're on the topic of mental health and stuff, I think becoming a dad
Mhm.
in a way has helped my mental health in a way. There's more, because some of the times it's tough to say, but in a way it can be selfish sometimes to have, like, we have what we have and go through stuff. But now I'm living my life for my daughter and for my
Yeah.
son.
Same.
It's not about me anymore. My time on this earth is limited, unfortunately. But
How's your fear of death?
Oh, don't.
that's
yeah,
my number one
don't.
fear.
Mine
Don't get it started. Don't
No,
get
no,
it
Josh,
started.
wait. I feel you on that. My big fear is needles. I hate giving blood.
Hate
Oh
'em.
wait.
I pass
When
out.
I pass out, they give me a lollipop. They start fanning me.
It is
Tattoos, I
insane
don't.
that
Just
we've
giving
been
blood.
sawed
Yeah,
in
I know.
half.
Shots,
I know,
fun.
I
But
know. And you
Riley
cannot get
looked at
blood.
me when I gave blood, and for some reason, that was the only time that I was like, "I'm fine, Riley. I'm
Yeah.
good."
Wow.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to be for them.
Yeah,
There's
watch
something
let
there,
your
yeah.
children
For
watch
our
your blood draw.
insurance, we had to give blood to get insurance, and they came to our house, gave blood. He passed out on the floor in our house, giving blood.
My sweet
And-
boy.
Blood
Same
came
thing,
back
he's
off
like-
the charts though. Like
Right? Always.
He's
eight,
like, "Oh."
4+, and then I
Like-
felt great after. I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm in
But
good
yeah,
shape.
no, you have to. It's because they're watching you. They're like they're little sponges. They're
Yeah.
taking
But
everything
it's that you're living for them
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There's
And I'm
something
gonna
about
be the
that.
best version of
Yeah.
me for
Yeah.
them.
But then it's like that sadness, like I'm not going to be here forever, and then
Oh,
that
stop.
kind of
Stop.
just
Stop.
that gets
Look
Look
in
at
No,
my
I'm with you,
dad.
Abby.
Look at my
I
father.
can't.
I have an
No.
older dad. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Yeah, love
T-
it.
You are
TT in the
so
He just wants to
house.
be here. We
You're
love
so
you.
Love you,
cute.
Pops. Good man over
Yeah.
there.
No,
Wonderful.
it's I can't think about. I just don't. It's just
Yeah.
How
I
do you
can't-
not, bro? It's horrible.
It's just
I
today's
know.
What's
today.
Did you
yeah,
guys
what's the
do-
point?
today?
What's the point?
Did you guys do your will? I did.
Yeah.
That
Oh
was
yes,
horrible.
that was horrible. But you.
It's
I mean,
important
even,
for the
even
kids.
coming here,
Yeah.
my mom was like, "So who has the kid? Like, what's the will like?" Because we had a. She's like, "If something happens, you guys are both going away."
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, "Oh my
hate it.
God, okay.
When we travel together, I'm
Yeah.
like, both parents are gone, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
Now what?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways,
Okay, let's
stop.
stop.
Yeah.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Josh,
Yeah.
when's the last time you put out a song?
So I put one out called "My Little Girl."
My Little
It's on
Girl.
Spotify right now. If
Crying.
anyone's interested in listening.
Please go look. Link below.
Yeah, it was a live recording. I just
no,
did
because
one
I want to
take.
talk about your music career because
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, thank you.
Obviously, I didn't know their last release. I'm so sorry.
No.
But me and my mom were like, he's so
Oh,
talented.
thank
like,
you. Yeah,
why?
I've been at it for a long time, and then I put out my most recent, which has been a while. It's called Holy Water, and it was about my little issue with drinking. And for me, it was more. I was just I can't have a glass of wine. I have goblets of
Yep,
wine, and I
that's
was
Ryan
just
guy.
drinking bottles
me
of
too.
wine at home while
Mhm.
Poppy was a little baby, and I think you were just pregnant with Jagger. And I just
Yeah.
like noticed like I
Yeah.
was ordering online wine, and just bottle after bottle. And because for me, like I was doing Ironman training, like my body hurt. And a wine buzz is a lot different. Like it's like you just kind of like melt a little bit. And that just kind of got out of hand. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I need to like, and it wasn't helping the panic.
Did you notice it got out of hand or did Abby?
No, I was aware.
Well, I
fully
was,
aware,
but I'm sober, so I
Yeah.
don't.
Us?
Yeah,
We're so
we're all sober.
yeah, I like Daryl like got into pot because
Yeah.
we were like drinking's
Got
bad
into
for you.
pot.
No,
Yeah.
he's always been in pot. He loves it.
Guy just likes
But-
weed, man.
Sorry, no. When
from California.
when Riley was young and he was in those swim ISR classes
Yeah.
that we're
Oh,
too
yeah.
afraid to do now.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah. I saw.
I always say
where they throw
IRS.
him in.
Yeah,
Not-
we
not
did it
the
with
IRS.
Riley. We did it with Riley, and we did it at a bad age, I think, because he was fully aware, but he couldn't speak. So he was just looking at us like,
brutal.
"Why?"
It's brutal.
And he, ever since, he won't go in the water. Like, he won't put his head under. And I'm like, we traumatized him. But I noticed, and that Daryl every night on those lessons had
Yeah.
to like smoke, and it
Yeah.
became, it was like every other day, then it became every day.
Yeah.
And I would talk to my therapist on the side before I approached him. Was like, I think there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think he's doing it because he can't handle the swim lessons
Yeah.
and the stress of everything. And I would try to poke him and be like, "You okay, baby?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, "I'm fine."
I'm
And he was like, "What do you mean? I'm
fine.
literally fine." And then
Yeah.
on like the 30th night, I was like, "I think there's something wrong."
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
should talk.
But
about
I
it.
think it's important to check, you
A
know,
hundred
constantly
percent.
check.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys felt with like after Poppy, we were good, but after the second with Jagger,
I had a-
he
yeah.
went through like some postpartum depression, like bad.
What
Like,
did
I'll-
what
Bro.
did you do for Josh's postpartum?
I mean, I was so worried about him because I think where I noticed it, like he was just not, he was depressed, like he was not happy. And he's like, I love my kids, I love you, but like the not sleeping, that can like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the
really-
combination. Like I never wanted like there wasn't like a self-depressed, like self-harm type thing. I was just like floating around, just like what am I like? I'm not adding to
Daryl has
it.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It
was like, I'm just
I
like
was
not
I'm
adding to
adding
anything. Like I'm
'cause
just
I
kind of
was-
like here. I'm here
I
for my
was-
kids.
I
It's
did a
important.
brand
but,
deal
like,
in the hospital. Like I was still working. Like, and he was not, but also like, because there was like he didn't know what to do, and he wasn't getting his like. And I know with Josh, we're talking about his mental health and all this. Like he's got to work out. He has to work out to feel
Mhm.
better. That's his
that's my outlet.
outlet to feel better. He wasn't getting his workout in. He
Mhm.
wasn't getting his fit. Like the
And I think a
whole
big part of
thing.
it too, like the music, that's a big outlet for me. That's been
Yeah.
my whole life. And I kind of totally gave
Gave
that
up.
up. Like didn't touch my guitar for like a year. And for me, that's like it's a big part of me. And I think even though like the music, that chasing that dream for me, like I've accepted our life's totally different. It's awesome now. And like I don't even care. But that was my goal, was like it's music or nothing now.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
and it
yeah.
was like I kind of just demolished it, like just
Yeah.
let it go. And I think in the back of my head, it was like, dude, you put all this work in, like now you're just gonna like, you know, because that's what I did for hockey. I wanted to be in the NHL, put all this work in, played for 20 some years and just didn't make it. But I was like, I'm not
And
gonna
then the
mess
new
this up
obsession
with
with
music.
music. Yep.
And I got the huge opportunity with the Dixie Chicks and opened for them. And I was like, this is it. I've made it. And then it's like after that, you realize, holy crap, it's a lot of work. And like, you got to
Yeah.
keep going. And I was like, oh, crap. And I was
But
like,
that's like
Yeah.
what I wanted to talk to you guys about because your dynamic is very similar to ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I'm nonstop working.
Yeah.
And he's like so many psychics. We like psychics.
Oh,
Yeah.
a
We haven't
psychic
been
we
to
want, I
one.
want to go.
Oh my God, it's sick. Well,
Give me a good one.
they like talked to Daryl and they were like, "You're super dad right now. Like this is
Yes.
your
Yeah.
time to be
Yeah.
super mom and super dad when your
Yes.
wife cannot be
Yeah.
there."
He got offended in the beginning when I was like, "You're a stay-at-home dad." He got so I'm like, "Why are you mad about that?" Like that's.
Yeah.
I felt
he-
I felt I wasn't
too.
But
contributing
I'm like, but
in a
you
way.
are.
Yeah,
you are.
You're
I know, I know.
contributing so much. Not
so
Yeah.
much.
He still works.
I would come
and,
home
you know,
from like music videos
Yeah.
so exhausted, but I'd look at him and be like, "Oh, you've had a tough day."
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, "Your day was harder than
yeah.
mine."
And it's like we do have my mom. My mom is an angel, and she quit her job to come work with us, and she's with us Tuesday through Friday, pretty much Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But
Yeah,
like,
my
you know,
mom
on the,
too.
on the
Yeah.
calendar,
She's like, "Could I have Sunday off?" I was like,
Yeah,
"That's
no.
wild.
No,
That's
literally.
wild. You're
I'm
asking
like,
for
you're
that."
off, but like, let's
Insane
hang
request.
out
Yeah.
and take care of my kids for me
Mhm.
while I sit. No. So we do have my mom, but like even in that, we're in the house. The kids, when they want Josh, they want me. So I think it was just like that identity crisis of finding out, like, he's like, oh, I can't just go to the gym when I want. Like with Poppy, he could do that because I had Poppy.
Yeah.
Now I had Jagger. Someone needed Poppy. Or
Yep.
I had Poppy. Someone needs
One-on-one.
Jagger. And the second kid, he didn't sleep. He was very cranky. He was very fussy. Love him so much, but he was just a different baby. And it rocked
It's crazy
us.
to realize,
Rocked
like,
us.
oh, they're just different people.
They're just
Yeah.
different
Like,
people.
you
Yeah.
just
Why aren't
think
you
it's
doing
gonna
the,
be-
Yeah.
the thing that your brother did?
Yeah,
And
like,
I, you know,
Yeah.
I was breastfeeding, and we're still trying to figure out how to stop him from breastfeeding. He's still doing it.
You're
and
a
he's like-
saint, dude.
it's
I pumped for
crazy.
1 week on
Yeah.
baby number 2, and I was like, I'm done.
It's a lot, but like,
All I was doing was just
Yeah.
pumping my boobs.
Oh,
and
I-
I was
I
like, I
could
can't
never-
lift this kid. I
No.
can't see the new one.
no, I could never pump. It just worked breastfeeding, but like other than that,
I know, because I can't latch because
No.
apparently my nipples are too small. But I think no one figured it out, and I just like I went to a lactation specialist, everything.
No,
but
some baby, there's just the baby. It's all up to the
they were
babies.
like in
It's
the
babies.
hospital. They're like to the second one.
Yeah.
They're like, he doesn't know how to suck, and I was like, excuse me.
Yeah,
It's like, they're supposed to. That's the only thing they do.
Dude,
What do you
that's-
mean?
How do you?
They're like,
how-
you'll have to teach him. And I was like, no,
No,
ma'am.
no, ma'am.
Here's a
Some-
bottle.
Yeah, give
like,
the bottle.
Yeah.
No, and I think that's where, and we both had C-sections. Like,
Yeah.
I was recovering from a C-section, so he was trying to like help me, but then I was like on a high, like that first 2 weeks, like I was just on adrenaline, and then I crashed. I ended up in the emergency
Yeah.
room.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah, because I was like, I went to Target like 2 weeks after, or not Target,
You
2 days,
overdid it,
like 2
yeah.
days after, and I was like walking around. I was on a high,
Jesus.
and then it hit me like, oh, I just had major surgery,
Major surgery.
picking up Poppy Jagger. So it was
And
just,
Poppy constantly wanted to be carried by you. That's
Oh,
why.
Po-
That was,
yes,
you know.
Poppy wanted me, then the baby, and so it was a lot. But I think it was just eye opening for us those first couple months. Then we were like, no more kids, we're done. And now I'm kind of like,
yeah, you got to get through the storm.
Yeah.
The 3 months is like the storm in the beginning.
Yeah.
yeah,
And to be real, I told him, I was like, recovering from a C-section is so brutal that it's
Yeah.
not easy for me to sit up
Yeah.
every 3 hours
yeah,
and join in on the
yes,
feeding.
yeah.
Well,
So
again,
Daryl went
communication.
super
Communi-
good.
it's
So
all
when she was
about
pregnant with
communication.
Barry, she
Yeah.
was like, I just want to let you know
Yeah.
that with Riley, when he was a little baby, I resented you
Oh,
because
yeah.
you
No,
didn't
I
get
kind
up.
of
Said
resented
that-
you because you let me get up half the time.
yep,
And I
Yeah.
did
Yep.
most of the stuff.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
you
well, I
know?
thought that's
Mhm.
what we were doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That
sorry.
was, to be
Yeah.
fair, that was the
I'll
Same
deal.
thing. Yeah,
But
same
I
thing.
was like, on baby number 2,
it
you
happened.
got to get up
You
more.
got to get up
Because you want me to pump, you have to get up more. And so he was king and got up
Yeah.
all night long.
Yeah.
When they're like, if there's new mamas out there, what's your advice? I was like, beg for help.
That's
Yeah.
that's literally
Scream
what I
for
say
help.
every time someone asks.
Ask
I'm like,
your
you
neighbor, ask
Yes.
your friends,
Yes.
ask your cousins.
anyone.
Willing, let them move in, let them
Yes.
do your laundry, let
Yep.
them cook for you. Like
Yeah,
I beg for help
Yeah.
in every category of my life. I'm like, will
Mm.
you help me?
that's
Yeah.
we're literally the same. Like I said, my mom's with us literally every day, and she leaves, and I'm like, she leaves at 3, and by 3:30, I'm calling her like, hey, should I do this? Or what
Everything
can I-
goes
what should I-"
wrong when they leave. When my mom left me with the 2 babies early and he was somewhere,
Yeah.
the bottle machine broke. The
Always,
fucking
yeah.
I was like, Mom, I don't know what I did wrong, but he shit all over me. Like, I was like, it's the second you left. And she was like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
Ryan, you don't understand any of this.
I know.
I'm enjoying this so much. I'm just
Yeah.
listening. It's fantastic. This show is brought to you by Symbiotica.
I started taking Symbiotica because I wanted to improve my daily energy levels. You know what I mean?
Since taking their products, I've noticed my energy levels have been so much better. I also feel like I've been running faster.
Whoa.
How crazy is
Yeah,
that?
you look skinny.
They are formulated with the highest quality ingredients out there. Symbiotica is transparent about how and where they source ingredients to ensure you get the best products possible.
Seriously, their formulas don't have any seed oils, preservatives, toxins, artificial additives, or natural flavors, which is pretty great because the supplements that I've been taking lately are so tasty.
I love their liposomal vitamin C, which promotes collagen production and boosts immunity. If you check out their website, you can see all of the incredible ingredients they use for their products. The transparency thing is real.
So real.
Feel more energized, alert, and balanced with high-quality supplements that work. Head over to Symbiotica.com and use code WORKIN on it for 20% off plus free shipping on your subscription order.
I didn't think I could get any better at online shopping.
It's true. She's a pro.
But then we discovered Rakuten. We all love shopping online, right? But it's even better when you could save money doing it. We've really got a great tip for you. Ready for this? Use Rakuten. We can't get enough of this app. You may have heard us talking about it before. If you haven't tried it yet, you're really missing out.
Rakuten makes saving money easy. It gives you cash back when you shop at over 3,500 stores. This includes all kinds of things like clothes, beauty products, gadgets, stuff for your home, trips, eating out, and a lot more.
These are shops where you'd probably be buying things anyways, like Macy's, Adidas, Levi's. They have so many stores participating, just the coolest brands.
And the best part? It doesn't cost anything to join. Stores pay Rakuten a little thank you for sending shoppers their way, and Rakuten gives some of that money to you. Then you get paid through check or PayPal.
Plus, you can save even more money by using cash back with other discounts like sales and coupons. There are 17 million people already using Rakuten and saving money. Together, they've gotten back over $4.6 billion.
Cashback rates change daily. Start all your shopping at Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app to start saving today. Your cashback really adds up.
I will say,
Yeah.
Josh, from the outside perspective, like going on your guys' YouTube channel, the Herbert
Yeah.
family, got like 3.2 million subscribers, is really nice.
Thank you.
I've watched you like build your house, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy
Yeah,
does
you're-
so much.
All I
So
see is you
I'm
contributing.
impressed.
A Renaissance man.
Yeah, dude.
I
it's
really-
bro,
I think
I can't
I-
fix a door
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah.
My dad, I know you're upset with me. I'm
Daddy's
sorry.
here.
He's the handyman. He
Love it.
fixes
He
everything.
hangs
I
our
can't fucking
pictures.
fix
He
it.
does it all.
Damn,
I've
dude,
been
it's-
hyping him up too much because I feel like it has been so like Josh has been kind of to the side a little bit, but like I'm like, this is Josh's time to shine. He is so talented with music,
yeah.
with art, with
I think it's with
everything.
anything I become interested in. For some reason, I don't know if just how I was brought up, like working with my dad and my uncles, like getting screamed at on the job site and stuff. Like, I don't know what it is. Like my cousin Jake, he's an Olympic wrestler and everything. Like there's just this something, I don't know if it's in my family or something. It's like, if I am interested in something and want to be good, I'm like, I gotta be great at it. Like, you know what I mean?
researches
gotta-
everything.
Best or
He
nothing.
wakes up,
I
opens his
research.
laptop, coffee, and is like looking up how to do the camera, how to hang a door, how to
Yeah.
do this. Like,
I
Like
love
setting
that.
up our podcast, like
Yeah.
what is like the right set? You know what I mean? So like I dive
A lot
into
of-
anything I'm interested in. Like
a lot of
Nice.
dudes don't have that though. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
it's just
saying?
in there deep. I don't know what
It's
it
in there
is. Like I
deep.
have to.
It's the trauma
I have to-
from your,
It's the
your
drama.
dad.
It's the drama.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something.
Yeah.
And with Josh, like we are not traditional whatsoever. Like I don't cook. I don't clean.
Yes, I knew this.
Really, I
I
don't
don't
clean.
cook. I don't cook.
I
I clean, but I don't cook.
I clean, but like he deep cleans. Like the way he
Love
cleans.
Get in there with
I'm-
the toothbrush.
Yeah,
Hell
he's
yeah.
like and he loves.
It's there. It's nice. It's
That's
therapeutic
his
for
therapeutic.
me.
So
in there.
this is our dynamic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the kids to the mall. I'll take the kids out of the house. I want to come back to a clean house.
and I get
he
to shoot
loves it.
content. I'll do
And
like
he-
a little speed
that's
video.
his
me
time
cleaning,
to
you know.
himself.
Nice.
He gets this quiet time. He goes, Jake, he works out probably 50% of the time that I'm gone, and he
Yeah.
comes back in.
Just blast. Jaws off.
Hell
like,
yeah.
That's my outlet for an hour.
Hell yeah.
Dynamic. I'm like, okay, I'll go take the kids to the farm. I'll take them to like somewhere else, and just I want to come back to a meal and a nice clean house.
I mean, that was like
And-
us. My dad cooked and
Yeah.
cleaned.
yeah, he was
GT was
the
the
cook.
chef.
Love
It's
'em, yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's complete opposite of how I grew up. Like
Yeah.
my mom still makes my dad's lunch for work every day.
Aw.
Wow.
And like that works for them. But like I was like, I can't do that. That's
Yeah.
just not me. And it works.
Well, I
And
think too, from like, I don't know, it must have started like earlier how I was raised, I guess, but like, especially going to college and stuff, like I just was so used to like doing my own laundry, like, and I like things a certain way. I like my food a certain way. Like
Yeah.
I like, again, to be in control.
it's
Yeah.
So I
control.
think that's what it was. And like that just stemmed over. Like I didn't even think twice about like doing laundry or doing anything like that, but I can't do her laundry anymore because I shrink all over.
Yeah, I will
clothes.
say I've
So-
stopped him from doing my laundry because he's ruined.
I can't
a
figure.
lot
That's
of
the only
stuff.
thing I got to do
Oh.
deep dive on
Can't
the
figure out
dryer
the
settings.
dryer. He can't figure
I
out
have
that
it on
dryer.
no
Hang dry,
heat, and for
dude.
some reason everything comes out like steaming hot. I'm like, what?
Or it comes out
What?
or it comes
No
out
idea.
soaking wet. I'm like,
Yeah.
you had the dryer on for an hour. Why is it so wet? Like I don't
I-
understand.
yeah.
I don't. So you know.
New
That's the one thing I
dryer.
haven't mastered yet. But
That's all right. That's all right.
It's
You'll
okay.
master it. I know you will.
But yeah, so we're here now in LA. We love our little life in Pittsburgh, but like
Yeah, you're
Good
back.
for
You're back in the
you.
swing of things because I saw your video. You
Yes.
guys took like a long break.
Yeah.
To
yes.
kind of regroup
Yes.
everything.
YouTube's tough to stick with. It's
Dude,
the
it's-
long
Yeah.
form. It's a whole thing. and
Yeah, people don't
especially-
understand that racket.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know how you guys feel like the kids online trying to balance that where it's
Yeah.
like I love my kids so much. I think they're the cutest thing ever. I
I
want to
fu-
share the cutest videos
I know.
because like people like you and me that want to watch that and see that, but I have to remember not everyone's like that online.
Yeah.
So just try and all they are getting older, they have the personalities and trying to balance that because this is like new online. I mean, we're not that big, like we're not really big YouTube family blogger, vlogger, whatever they're called. Like we don't really do all that, but like TikTok, I do share so much of the kids on TikTok, even though they're short clips, it's still part of their lives.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think our
we had to
thing
do a
is,
big reset. We
yeah,
had to
it's
do
like doing it. We had to take a little check with us, and I had to talk to Abby a little bit and figure out what works. But I think as a dad, it's like, you know, you see there's a lot of stuff out there, and like certain experiences I've had in my life and stuff, and it's you just want to protect them.
Oh, always.
And-
Everyone does.
You just got to be
Everyone's
careful what you put out there, especially if
I
your children.
always, no
'cause,
matter where
yeah.
I go with an interview, like for my album, they were like, at the end, they're like, and how do you feel about putting children online? And I was like, oh God.
I know. And it kills me
In
because
my-
inside I'm like, oh my God. I then think, am I a terrible mom? Because I
Yeah.
shared a picture of my daughter, and then I have to remind myself, if we agree with it, if he's okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's very much.
We did
what
take the kids
on.
off, like we removed their faces for like a couple months, and then I actually got creeped out because then so many people were messaging me, I saw her face here. Where's her, like looking for her face. And I'm like, okay, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah.
they looking to see their faces?
It's like almost
Yeah.
like drawing attention
it was
to
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
drawing too much
Famous
attention.
is like, it's different nowadays because everyone like thinks that they deserve extra.
Yes.
Remember
yes,
when it was
yeah.
just magazines and they were
Yes.
just telling lies and like we
Yes.
didn't know. We just
We-
had make believe thoughts. Now we're
Exactly.
like, here's how I brush my teeth, and they're like, we
Yes.
want more.
We wanna
and I'm
see
like,
it all.
okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
here's
They're
how
like,
I do
how do you
this."
floss? You know?
Yeah, but
99% of our stuff, it's just like like she'll do the TikToks. He's in the room
Yes.
and he just jumps in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah,
the
it's
thing
not
is,
like you're going up.
there's
to him and
there's
Yeah.
so many
dance.
but
dance monkey.
but there are creators that do that.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
But-
yeah.
and if
you
that's
can
what-
see it though. You can
if that's
feel
what
it.
they
You know.
do, exactly. And it's like I've never done that. And it's that internal thing because that same thing. I get that question all the time. How do you feel putting them online? Or I'm never showing my kids' face. And it's like they're such a big part of my life. I don't want to hide. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hide them.
But also, it's like like you guys did yourselves. Like
Yes.
it's like for now,
Yeah.
we're good with
Yeah.
it. There
Yeah.
might
And
come a
you guys-
time where we change our mind.
100%.
It's probably so different for you too because it was like it felt like overnight when you got
Yes.
all those
Yeah.
followers.
Yes.
And now
Yeah.
you're like famous people and being
weird.
recognized.
It's weird.
And it was
like,
before we had kids that
we
we
blew-
really blew
we
up, and
blew
people
up
were like,
as
"You
a
only got
couple.
famous because your kids." We're like, "No, we
no,
like
and
been."
that's where
Yeah.
it gets tricky because it's like we did blow up as the couple content and then had kids and then all this stuff. So, but we have people that have only followed us in the past year when we've only had kids.
Right.
So, it's the balance, and I love being a mom. That's my whole identity. As much as
Yeah.
I'm like in this new era of like feeling like myself again, like my kids are my life. Like that's what it's my world. So.
Swimsuit model as well.
Oh, no.
Period. She
Yeah.
literal model.
Crazy. So yeah, it's a tough balance, but it's hard.
Yeah.
What do you there's no
Well,
right answer.
Daryl,
There's no
like-
right or wrong answer. I feel
Daryl,
like.
there's like Daryl was a kid actor, so
Yes.
he has a lot of
I was gonna
Yeah.
say
like
For
speak
you,
on
it's
like
probably like
sometimes
if you feel comfortable saying
sometimes
something
he
like
like I don't know when you're talking to me about it, he's like so proud and loves his work, but then
Yeah.
there's moments where he's like I was like a literal baby when
Yeah.
I was on TV, and he's like that might have been too young. You
when
know?
did you start?
I was 7 weeks old on like
Wait, no way, for real?
Yeah,
that might have
He's-
been too
because
young.
I'm a twin, so like they
Wait,
only
you
hire
are?
they only hire
Identical?
twins fraternal, and they only hire
Oh, yeah,
twins
'cause
as babies because
I-
you can only work like
yes,
30 minutes.
I worked for Baby Jogger modeling, and it was always twins. And
Mhm.
I was working with, 1 week olds, like
Yeah.
for the car seats, and they could only be on set for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
5 minutes off, and the next one had to come out. Yeah, so
So it's like weird for me to
Crazy.
think like, oh, like I wasn't home for very long before I was on a set. But then like that was kind of like a fluke. And then at 3, I remember like really wanting to be in the TV. That's how I
Yeah.
described it. Like
Yeah.
I watched TV a lot and
You
I was
love-
like, oh, I want to be in there. And so
Yeah.
I started going out on auditions, and then acting was just like an escape for me, and it's something I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also like I was around other adults and I learned a lot. And so I just
You're from
He
here.
didn't have a dad.
I'm from here, yeah. Didn't have a dad.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I was
I
just
met-
gonna ask. So, like,
Yeah.
so was it your mom that, like, how did she at 7 weeks old, like, just
Wow.
she saw an ad or
It,
like,
she claimed someone like stopped her on the street
and was like,
and was like,
you
"But
have
we're
twins.
kids." Yeah.
You have twins.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we need twins. Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
so like I started doing auditions, and then Spy Kids happened when I was the audition was when I was 6, and
I
then I
still
got
Love
it when I
that
was
movie, by the
7.
way. I mean, who
Love
didn't?
it.
Yeah, I grew up with
It
that.
was
It's
so
great.
fun,
Yeah.
and especially like that. That was my first
Isn't it the
movie.
thumbs?
So
Thumbs?
yeah, the thumbs. Yeah. So like
Kinda
that as my
haunted me a
first
little
movie
bit.
was the so
Scary.
creepy. You
Yeah.
watch
So
it now and you're like,
creepy.
whoa.
Yeah, it's like
But yeah, I just always had great experiences, so I
Yeah.
kept doing it, and then I learned more, and
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really nice for us. Sorry to stop on
No,
you.
go.
No.
It's really nice for us though to use him as an example of
Yes.
like what do we want for our kids,
Yeah.
because like we know back then they didn't like set up all the accounts right, and like
Yes.
Oh yeah.
agents weren't like the nicest.
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
with our kids, when we do add stuff, we make sure they
Yeah.
get
Oh,
paid
100%.
and
They have their
are
accounts.
set
Yes,
up,
Yeah.
and
yes.
it's all like protected.
yeah.
And we learned a lot looking at your career,
Yeah.
and then being like, what should we do for our kids? That's
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
But
No,
then
like if they
Yeah, go.
came to you, like if Riley came to you, it was like, I want to be in movies.
Totally.
Okay, yeah, I
Totally,
love
yeah.
that because people ask
Yeah.
me about like, Poppy comes to you and wants to be a model. Would you say no? I'm like, no. If she's interested and wants to do it and understands it, let's try
Well,
it.
that was the
try
amazing
it.
thing for me as a kid is I wanted to do a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff, and my mom always figured out a way for me to try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it really has to come from them. So if he comes up to us and says like, I want to sing,
Yeah.
like
I like I
my
lay
God.
down with him when I sing with him at night because he makes me perform.
Oh,
Like the other night, I
why
was like,
Dance,
"This
mommy.
one's for the good girl." I was singing Uptown Funk. He's like
No.
Bruno Mars, and I was like, Jesus, girls hit ya hallelujah. Ooh. Like that one's hard. So, but I was like, sing with me, and he was like, no, you sing. And I was like, okay, do you ever want to sing?
Yeah.
You want to be a singer like mommy? He was like, no. And I was like, okay.
He was
You're like,
perfect pitch.
He does have
That's
perfect
Wow.
pitch. Shut up. No, he doesn't. He has
Oh.
a really good relative pitch, but whatever.
Yeah.
I went on the Today
That's
Show and was like, my son is perfect pitch
She had
because
slack.
I'm a
She was
fan.
delirious.
And
And
then
then
people came for you.
Articles were written like
Yeah.
Riley Trainor
Yeah,
has
yeah.
perfect pitch, and I was
Oh
like,
my-
I forgot what that means.
You're just like, that's your
I was
son.
like, I'm like, he is.
you're proud.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
you
Savant,
know?
a young savant.
Sorry,
well, but
his young
who is
savant.
the one? Is it Dave? Not Foster. David Foster's
Yeah,
yeah.
son.
The
Like,
drums.
that-
with the drums,
That
insane.
kid's like the same age as mine, and
I
was
know,
like,
and I'm
I
looking.
think
I
he's
I
looked
younger.
up.
texted Catherine McPhee,
Yeah.
the mama, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Excuse me."
No, she made me feel
What?
so bad as a mom
Oh my
watching that. I
God.
was like,
I literally was
Poppy's
like,
picking
That's
her
just-
nose and
yeah,
eating
but
it.
that's-
Like,
"No." I literally bought Riley a little piano, and I was like, "Look at this," and he was like, "I don't like that toy," and I was like, "Oh my god."
Or he's just like hitting it every key.
He's never touched it. Like he climbed it,
Hey,
and I was
but
like, "That's
like
not
you're born.
it."
You're born with that.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just. I mean,
it's in his blood,
it's unreal. So
but they're great.
We'll see.
Yeah, whatever they want to do,
Yeah,
I will help them.
such- Exactly. You
Yeah.
want to help them and, guide them on the right path. But that's how I feel. It's like that Poppy is a little bit known, like Riley's a little bit known. Like how
It's just like weird, you
It's
know, because
weird.
like
It's
I was
weird
a
when
kid
they
actor,
get
so I got
recognized in public.
Yeah.
and-
I got
but we get recognized
recognized
anyways.
But I got
Yes.
recognized as a kid,
Yeah.
and it was just different because
Yeah.
there wasn't social media.
yeah.
So for me, it was just like a bunch of strangers coming up to me,
Yeah.
or like kids at school who would be mean to me, and then
Oh.
in public they'd be like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's what
"What?"
scares
Yeah.
me.
Of course.
Yeah.
But like we
The
went to
bullying,
Australia,
yeah.
and we didn't get recognized. Riley would get recognized first.
Yeah.
because like the glasses.
Interesting.
And they would
And
say
the
that
red
too.
hair.
They would go, "Oh my God, I saw Riley, and then I figured you guys would be here too, and you
Yeah.
are." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
That's
See,
right.
that's-
Yes.
and
We're
so-
pushing the stroller. That's
Oh,
right.
shit.
and that's what
That's fun.
scares us. So that's actually the reason why we ended up taking the kids offline and doing a hard reset. We were at a music festival, like adult music festival, and everyone that came up to us like, "Where's Poppy?"
We went to a
Whoa.
concert
Like,
last night, and
bro,
they asked us
like
where Riley
And
was.
we
But
were
harmless,
like, it
but
was so
nice,
harmless,
like-
but we were like, oh, okay. And to be honest, Josh got really comfortable not filming. It was so easy just to film with me and Poppy. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I did get caught up in it. I need to reset. So we did that hard reset. And now no one, since we've kind of taken a step back and not so much in your face with the family content and the kids, that no one's asked about Poppy since we've been out.
Well,
Just
and we've
everyone's just
been-
like, love your content.
Yeah, we've been
Love
just
you
like
guys.
spilling
Yeah.
out our own
Yes, and
trajectories.
which I love, because once again, I didn't start this about the kids. I love that I can share
You're
them
doing
and
it
that,
before.
yeah. So it's but that's scary when they come.
but
up
they
to
are
you
a
and you're
part
like,
of our story
"They're
in our
part of
life. So it's
story."
like,
yes.
again, I always just say like tastefully.
like, how
we
did-
sprinkle
Some
them in.
how did you feel
celebrities,
when they came-
some celebrities like fully hide their kids.
Yes.
And I was like, that's impossible.
It's
like with
impossible. Yes.
paparazzi. I was like,
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
gonna see him.
Yeah.
And I think they're so
and he's
cute.
the cutest thing ever.
I was like, I'm gonna. I always say like, if I was famous or not, I'm gonna blast post this kid. He's so
That's-
cute.
And
You
that's
know.
was I was like, I would be sharing these photos if I had one follower
Yeah.
or 20 million
I was like,
followers.
I gotta tell somebody.
Yeah,
he's so
he's
cute.
so cute.
Yeah.
I mean, and I can say for a fact they're both
Delicious.
the cutest.
Yes.
I mean,
he's so shy for you today that he's just like,
Yes.
I'm like,
I almost
"What's your
forgot to
word?"
see him. Like he's just so cute.
Yeah.
He's
Scrumptious.
so cute. So yeah, you know, it's part of this new life. Everyone's on social media
Oh,
now.
I don't know what we're
Everyone-
doing.
I don't know.
We're
And
lost.
Poppy's like, I love YouTube. I'm like, how do you know what YouTube
Yeah,
is?
Oh my
Riley
God,
also
that's what
loves
Riley
YouTube.
says. He's
Scrolling
like, can we
on
watch YouTube? I'm like, relax. You get
Yeah.
20 minutes. What do you want?
What do you want? And she's like scrolling and
Yeah, picking which one.
Oh, yeah. And
We
he's
gotta
like,
start,
not
yeah.
this one.
Crazy.
Not this
No,
one. Next one.
How's
Yeah,
her
I'm like,
attention span? Because
okay.
Riley will watch one thing for 6 minutes and go, I don't like this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she gets
dude.
into like the ASMR coloring and like
She loves
Yeah.
Oh,
these
marbles.
like jewels and
Marbles.
marbles.
She watches
I
the-
enjoy those. 'cause
I
Yeah,
it's
those
like,
enjoy
are
them.
relaxing.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like
And
in
the-
your face.
Yeah.
Like
Yup.
Yeah, she loves the ASMR videos, but she's pretty good. Jagger, on the other hand, he
Poppy,
watches
Poppy
for,
likes to like color and draw more than she likes to watch her like iPad or anything.
yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
We
Nice.
gotta
she's
get
very
into
artistic,
coloring.
which I love.
Yeah.
That's
She's always
nice.
like, "Can you print out this picture?"
Is she
Oh.
colorblind? You know yet?
I don't know if. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if women can be
Oh.
colorblind.
They can't.
They
Period.
can't,
I'm not
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh.
We're
I
don't know this.
better.
We'll
But-
fact
and then
check
the guys
this,
get
but
You're
colorblindness
right.
from the mom.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
mild pro tan, red green colorblind. So
Wow.
I
You
don't
have to
see
know
it.
your
Tan.
shit.
yeah
Tan.
mild pro tan.
That's cool.
And I don't see in black and white, which a lot of people are like, oh, that sucks. Like I see like that's green and stuff. I just can't see the same
The
vibrant
vibrance.
shades.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
So I got
Ryan,
those
I had
glasses
to-
from
Did you
Chroma.
cry?
I put them on.
He did not.
And
I wanted him
No,
to
I
cry.
I put them
wanted
on
him.
and I was like,
I did that
holy
too.
crap, this is what it looks like.
He
This.
had
I
no
took them off. I was like,
emotion.
this sucks.
It's
So
very
Dude.
bland.
yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't want to put them back on because I was like, damn, like I'm
Did you-
missing
I
out.
got
Did
it from
you
my
cry?
bros. Both
No.
of them are colorblind. I put them
but it's
on.
just
They
so
were like,
vibrant.
these don't
Yeah.
even work. And I was like, what?
I
You're
like
supposed to
had
cry.
my
Like the
the whole thing.
greens
I
are
was like, let's go.
green.
And he
Yeah, I was
was
like, mushrooms are better. These glasses are whatever.
Yeah, emotions are better. These glasses are whatever. Oh my
Love
god,
that.
that should go on a shirt.
Yeah, that
Put
was
that on.
good.
And I'm sober now, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. You can still put on a t-shirt and just put hashtag sober underneath.
Yeah.
So good.
No, yeah. So
We have the same lives.
we are intertwined, and I mean, we could talk forever.
I know. I
But
could talk to you forever.
How
What-
long have we been talking?
Ryan, what'd you got?
52 minutes, but
Oh,
that was
period.
2 minutes with like
Easy.
the Riley intro. But I just want to say, Josh, we started out with this mental health journey
Yeah.
with you, and I
Yeah.
think it's very important because like, especially like, I don't know, dude, big strong guy. He played puck for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's not common for people to speak up in your position to be like,
Yeah.
I struggle with
It
anxiety.
helps
and,
so many people.
it-
Yeah.
and it
I think
just, like,
that's the reason I
makes it-
did because when I was younger, I was literally online, like telling my dad, like my dad's like a blue collar construction guy, like
Yeah.
no anxiety in the world, and like trying to tell them like what was going on with me. They were very scared, like they thought, they didn't understand it, and I felt so isolated, so lost.
Yep.
And as a guy too, I just with my hockey guys and stuff, like I was afraid to travel alone. Like my dad went to like every trip, like for the national anthem, I was afraid to go on ice on the blue line to stand there for the national anthem because I was getting panic attacks. So it was just getting out of control. And I think when I started to let the power go on panic and start speaking like, I have I have panic attacks, whatever, it took that strength of panic off my shoulders, that weight that I held on to. So, and I think too, speaking up from it, you don't think about it, but you are helping so many people because now they're like, oh my gosh, like he has that. Wow. And he's like doing all these like cool things.
And
Like
when
I
we
can do that
first-
too.
When
So
we first started dating, he'd always be like, I have my doctor's appointment. And I'm like, oh, this guy goes to the doctors a lot. Like he didn't tell me. And it was like, he was going to therapy. And then finally,
Oh,
because
sweet
before
boy.
he
It was-
didn't tell
yeah.
me any, and he was like,
Therapy
well,
saves lives.
It
Yeah,
does. And
it-
I think it needs
I
to
probably
be
wouldn't have been
talked
able to go on tour with that. It was just like voice therapy, whatever you call that, like just speaking to someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a psychologist,
Yeah.
or
Therapist.
a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
therapist,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And so it was
I
just
got
like
both.
talking.
I think he needs.
Well, I did. I had a
going.
psychiatrist in college, and I was taking pills and stuff, but I was drinking extremely heavily and getting
Oh,
in
you
fights in
can't- you
college
can't
and
mix
like
them.
going
No.
nuts. And I had
So
a
many
bad
people
breakup.
do
And stuff, so,
that.
well, it
It's
wasn't a great.
bad.
It was a weird 4
Because
years.
it's like
and-
so, no one knows.
No one
then.
knows.
Like
It's
they
not
don't
talk-
tell.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's
talked
not
about.
It's not
So
taught.
I always encourage.
You know
him to
how
talk
you said
about
like
it.
your dad is so like doesn't have panic
yeah,
attacks?
just-
Turns out they all do.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
My grandparents are riddled with
Yeah.
anxiety,
Probably.
but they don't know what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
That's my father.
that
My dad,
crazy?
he's only
My
been on.
sweet dad.
Yeah.
Aw.
He doesn't even know.
checking
He's
the
over there
camera.
having one
I
right
don't
now.
have a
I gotta
panic
get out of
attack.
here.
My
He
dad-
literally had heart palpitations, was
Yeah.
waking up sweating every night,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, honey,
Yeah.
that's panic
That's
attack."
panic
And he
attack.
was
My
like, "No,
dad
it's
has only
not."
been on one. I took him on one plane his whole life. He's how old?
He's like-
60 something. One
He's
plane.
like,
He'll never get on
"Oh."
again. He has a lot of
You
issues with
married
his
your
like.
dad.
I did. It's crazy. He has a lot of issues with his legs, and he tried to go into the MRI machine.
Oh.
failed now 5 times
Oh my
'Cause he can't be-
god.
because he won't go in.
Yeah, confined.
And I'm
in
like,
there.
that's anxiety.
That's
He's like,
anxiety.
"Nah, I just don't like those machines. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Isn't it so cute?
Yeah.
Did you know
It's a
that like
machine.
old people in the homes go on antidepressants?
Oh,
They don't even tell
yes.
us.
Well, I don't like going to hospitals or doctor's appointments.
Josh won't do
I'm a freak.
hospitals. He won't
So,
do
Okay.
doctors.
but I found a great doctor
I
now,
love
and I love him.
hospital.
And he had panic attacks and stuff. So like him and I have like bonded on this new thing, and it's great finding that.
How
I
did you
think.
handle my C-section then? That's
Me
what's
too.
crazy.
This
You have
guy.
to.
Yeah.
You
Correct.
have to.
You
Correct.
have
I
to.
was
But
in
when
there
they were like, "Hey,
yeah.
do you want to look over the curtain?"
You
I was
say
like,
no.
"No."
I made the mistake of looking back, and
Why
her
would you
innards
do
were on a metal
that?
tray, a
Nope.
cafeteria tray, and I went, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Okay, fine." I was like,
That's your
Ooh.
Iron Man, brother.
"Yeah." Well, I think honestly that type of stuff helps,
Yeah.
like
And
in
I
those
was shocked
situations.
with Jagger. He came out like not breathing. So,
Yeah.
And I
For how long?
A while they
It
were
wa-
working on it for a
they were
while.
working-
Fuck.
He went to the NICU just for. We were very lucky. Only a couple hours, so he didn't do it
He
like
was
an
really
overnight.
blue.
But he came out
And I was
bleeding, not bleeding,
standing
and I
there,
didn't
like-
hear the cry. And I'm,
They took me over to
table,
the weight
and
thing.
he's
yeah.
going, and he's coming back calm as can be. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, so there's nothing
I
wrong.
was
'Cause in-
continually asking these two ladies, like, if this was more severe, we'd be like, yeah, like this is totally fine. Like he's just
They
really
were
he had a lot of
calm.
fluid in
Yeah.
his.
Yeah.
Because
whatever.
with the C-section vaginally,
They don't
when
get
they come out,
squished.
they
Yeah,
get
they
squished.
get
sucked
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot in.
That
That
That was
happened to our
Riley.
first boy, and
Yeah.
he was in the NICU for like 6 days, 5
That's-
days.
But
And he was just sleeping though,
Yeah.
and they were like, "It's just gonna be depends on when he wants to get up." And I was like, "Wake him up."
Wake him
And they
up.
were
I
like,
know.
"No."
But yeah, they brought me over
Oh,
to
it's so
Riley, and the doctor, like,
He never told me this for like a year after.
the doctor was just smiling at me, just flapping him like a fish. Just
Stop.
smiling at me like,
I'm not
he
laughing.
was like,
at
no,
you.
no, 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 no. It is. I can laugh at it.
no one can prep you for that.
Why I
dude.
can laugh at it is
I'm laying
because
there like,
that
"There is he."
that same doctor was in the room with Barry, and he's like, "Hey, I think we've met before." And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking know you."
Yeah,
buddy."
yeah, you were
I'll
flying.
never forget your face.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
just smiling at me, going like, "So this isn't exactly what we want,
Oh,
but you know,
yeah.
like, well,
They're
usually
very
he,
good
he
at,
would
like,
I know,
bring
smiling
and
in."
that's what they
in
did
death.
for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And that's why in that moment I was like, okay, he can handle a situation.
Yours was a big boy, right?
He was a big boy. He was
Yeah.
like ate something.
Big and
But
blue.
it's so scary.
Yeah.
But like, what do
8'7".
you have to be strong for?
That's what it is. You have to
And we're
be
fucked
the
up.
dad.
Yeah,
There-
we're on
there's
the
something
table,
deep.
I'm
It's a primal thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I really think it is. There's something instinctually that comes out. Now you're a father. There's something. I mean, you can, look at
him. He loves us. He wants to hear
There's
more.
something too. And I
Can't
will
get
say, I'm
close enough.
excited to know if you guys can ever experience or blessed enough to have a little girl.
Yeah.
There's something about having a little girl. I don't know, it changed my,
Yeah.
I have a son too,
Yeah.
and I love him just as
Daddy.
much. But when you have a little girl as a male,
Yeah.
there's just something, I don't know. You can
Someone,
probably test
someone
it.
was
There's
just
something that
talking to me about
happens.
this. Yeah.
It unlocked something real deep inside my heart
Yeah.
that I never knew was there. But I still
Wow.
love Jagger just as much. But
Yeah.
it's not about a little girl. I don't know. There's just something about it.
In the first.
And my
you know.
first, so
Mhm.
it was a combo.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wamba.
it's probably some sort of primal protection thing. I'm sure.
For sure.
Because your boy, you love them too, but you're a little more like rough with them,
my
and
God,
like
he's so rough
Jagger, I
with
kind of like
Jagger.
throw him around.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Jagger.
Well, the second baby, you're like,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
you're fine.
and that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that. too,
Jagger
so.
literally communicates by growling because Josh just growls and
We growl at each
like,
other.
Josh goes, "Let's wrestle."
Oh,
And he's-
wrestle.
Hey, and Jagger just goes. "Ah." I'm like,
I
what
get
sound
down,
does
I'm
a
like,
dog
this guy.
make? "Ah." I'm like, what sound does a pig make? "Ah." I'm like, okay, we're not gonna.
We just growl at each other, but yeah.
Riley would just roar, but he'd whisper roar. It goes,
Yeah. He's like, and I was like, make noise.
Yeah.
My
He was
gosh.
speech delayed for a while.
Yeah.
Boys are
I
just
heard his
slower,
voice.
dude.
Yeah,
His voice.
Jagger, yeah.
Poppy is like,
My therapist
Crazy.
made me feel so much better. Walk at 1, talk at 2.
Mhm.
yeah.
Because everyone was like, okay, they're 1. They should have 20 words. I was like,
No,
what?
that's the internet for you. No, if they're just
On their own
they're just
time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
on their own
Riley, yeah, he
time.
was COVID baby. He was
Yeah.
firstborn,
Yep.
spoiled boy. We would give him everything. He never had to ask for a thing, you know?
he was pretty blind, so
He was
he didn't know he
well,
could see.
yeah,
know.
he couldn't see
We-
shit.
And see, Poppy's vision's fine. It's
We
she's
noticed
got
her eye was
the focus.
strabisma. I think
She-
strabisma.
Mm.
Rai
Um,
has that when he gets close to me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get close
I was
up.
like,
The
there's
one
something in my eye.
Wait, that's Poppy.
That's
That's,
literally-
Poppy. So we're working, and it's so sweet now because when she has her glass off, she rubs her eye
Yeah.
to and she goes, "Mommy, my eye turning in." I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
My eye
Well, I
turning
always
in, she
wonder.
could
I'm like,
feel
how do
it.
they know? Like, I always ask her. I'm like, did these help you see better? She's like, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like, they must be working. Because I'm like, how
Oh,
do they
Riley,
know?
yeah. It took 3 days, which is exactly what the doctor said because he was 1. He was so little, and she was like, "You might throw him." And once he learned like the difference, he
Yeah.
was like, he's obsessed. He
Yeah.
never wants
Good.
to take them off.
because he can see
At nighttime,
Yeah.
we're like, "Okay, we're turning the lights off so we could take your glasses off." He goes, "No, I sleep with my glasses."
Does he?
And we're like, "No,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I have to beg him every
Yeah.
night, like,
Oh.
please
He's
take
like,
them off."
He's like, I want to keep seeing.
Yeah.
This is
This
all I have.
Oh my god, it's
He's
so
so cute.
wild. It's so wild.
I love them so much.
I know.
Let's make more.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
I'm in. Let's just
Okay.
do
Are
it,
you
guys.
really?
No, honestly,
I'm sorry, I was just
it
on the spot. I said yeah.
2 under 2 was a lot,
2 under 2
and
is
I just
crazy.
I think a little space.
yeah,
A little
right.
space.
You
Yeah.
want them to
said-
help. You
Yes.
want them to help.
I want Jagger to be like 2.5, 3.
3.
That's what he
Three.
said.
3.
And Poppy and Riley to be like
Yes,
5.
5.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
me and my
Let's
sister-
reconvene
How
3 years from
many
now.
years are you guys
Sounds good.
apart?
My mom
We're
and
They're a
one
year
year
apart.
So my dad.
okay,
listen,
never mind, not a good
No,
number.
my dad was 43. My mom was 23.
Mhm.
20
Okay.
years
Love
apart.
it.
So she was like, let's have babies. And then it
Yeah.
was like, bop, bop, bop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
You
so
said 1 year?
We're a year and 5
year,
days
yeah.
apart.
So how many?
So when she was 6 weeks approved,
She got pregnant.
immediately.
So just you two, or do you have?
Then there's another one who's
there's another-
almost 2 years behind, barely.
Yeah.
And my
Okay.
mom always says they would hold each kid and they go, oh, who's going to get this one?
Yeah.
Who's going to hold the
That's my
third?
thing.
Yeah.
Who holds the
And
third?
they didn't have night nurses or
No, they
nannies or
no.
anything.
You
They had
didn't.
no one.
Yeah.
I
It was
ask my
just
mom
them.
that every day. I'm
I
like,
was
how
like, what did you do?
They just.
And they
do
were
it.
like, we brought your ass to work.
Yeah.
We had a,
Yeah.
because they were jewelers
And
and they had a
imagine-
whole little kid play in the back.
no iPad,
No iPad.
no TV screen,
No.
no toys that like
No, I
flash.
couldn't
I need
imagine.
little Legos
I
and
was
stuff.
like, what do you mean?
Eat a
What did I
couple.
play with paper?
I get a bit of
Like,
TV
yeah.
on.
Literally.
Connect.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
Connect?
So you
I was
guys are-
probably his little doll.
So you guys were really close growing up.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
footage of us
Yeah.
like sipping like our little juices, and we were watching TV, and I was in his lap, and he was just playing with my
Oh my
hair.
god, I
That's
love that. I can't remember who's older.
He's
older by a
older.
year,
No
yeah.
one
Okay.
knows because I'm so mature.
Yeah, you're so mature. Yes.
And I have like my husband and my children,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, what a what a," and I'm like, "That's my big bro."
Oh my god. Well, I should know this because like, aren't we related somehow?
Cousins, yes, right?
Sisters, whatever.
Siblings?
Chris is, whatever.
Right? What is he?
What have we
He's
put
our-
online?
Yeah, shout out
He's
Chris
our best
Olsen.
friend.
Yeah.
He's your cousin, Chris
Um,
Olsen. He was supposed to come by, and now he's like, "This meeting's taking too long."
Oh
Important
my god.
meeting.
Like,
Must have been
Chris.
very
Probably not
important.
gonna make it.
No.
Oh, boo hoo.
Must have been
Boo.
important. You know?
Yeah. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a very busy
Um,
guy.
Yeah,
I
this was.
also,
Wait, what?
I also randomly wanted to say at Tate McRae last night.
Oh yeah, Tate McRae.
Yo,
Love her. She's
I
I
love
love her.
obsessed
So
with
much.
her.
She's a superstar.
I tell everyone, I'm
Phenomenal.
like, we're mutuals. I don't even know if she knows she follows me, but like she's been following me for like.
She knows.
The-
So
from the beginning.
She
talented.
does all her social
I
media.
hope she. I
She's
mean,
the
I
best.
obsessed
She's a sweetie
with
Petey.
her.
Her whole family's so nice. Everything's great.
Her dancing.
Dancing is out of control.
Insane.
so good.
But these fans, these little girls, like this one girl looked at me and
Oh.
they're like 15
Yeah.
and they're screaming. We got there way too early. The lights were all on.
Oh,
People were
no.
looking at us and we were like, uh-oh, we messed up.
Yeah.
But this sweet little girl looked at me and goes, oh my God, I literally love you. I listen to Whoops all the time and my friends make fun of me. And I was like, huh?
Thank you, sweetie.
I was like, oh.
It's amazing.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I was like, why do they make fun of you? She's like, because I'm listening to Whoops. And I was like, hey, Ryan. And she goes,
Yeah.
can I get a pic? And I was like, 1 second.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I was like,
She said to me, "I'm not even gonna lie. I love Whoops," and I was like, "Good, don't lie. Tell
I
the
was
truth.
Like, why am I a
Tell the
fucking-
truth."
why am I a guilty
Okay.
pleasure for 15-year-olds? That
no.
should be their
Stop.
jam.
We were just talking about that. Do you think you found we were saying we were with our TikTok rep yesterday and we were like the way Meghan has used TikTok as platform for music because the rep
Uh-uh.
used to work at a music label whatever
Yeah.
and we are like that's insane and Josh was like I wonder if your audience like do you realize you have a
I
younger
have
audience
no
now
idea what my
because
audience
of
is.
TikTok because now you have little like
You're
Like,
getting
yeah.
people on TikTok who've probably never heard your music before because they're a younger audience and now they're discovering you.
A lot of them at night, it was eye opening.
Yeah.
At Tate's show, a lot of them were like, "No, I literally have." They're like 14, but
Yeah.
they're like supermodels, and
Yeah.
they're like all on their phones. They're like, "I literally have videos of me at 2 years old singing all about that babies," and I was like, "Really?" But
Yes.
it's hard because like
Yeah.
10 years ago, I remember my crowds. I haven't gone on tour in 7 years, so and we're about to go on tour.
I'm so
I'm so
excited.
curious
I'm
who's
so
coming. But
I'll
7
be there.
years ago, it was from 2-year-olds to
Yeah. Yeah.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
you'll
the
be
whole
surprised. I think
fam.
it's going to be generational.
I mean, can I tell
yeah.
you?
So-
I already know, like, Josh's mom sent a big group chat, like, who's going to Meghan Trainor, and she does not have social media, so she has no idea, like, we're friends. And I was like,
I
you
will
get
get them
your-
tickets.
oh, yeah, I was,
Stop.
well, she already got. She's already got them.
She's already got
She's
them.
got
She's
it.
like one of the
Stop
first
it.
ones
But I
about
was
it.
like, I think Megan's gonna give me tickets. Like me, I was like,
Yes, I will.
Well, I was talking to Chris. Anywho, but like Chris is like, I'll get you tickets. Yeah, I was like, thanks, Chris. But like Poppy wants to go. Like it's Poppy. She's like the Barbie song. She knows Chris because the music video.
Yeah.
And so Poppy will be there, and then it's like you have his mom who's like in her 60s,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you have me like in my 20s, and then you have
That's my
everyone.
dream.
And
You
also
have everyone. You have
Superwoman.
everyone.
That's my song.
Oh my God, that's our
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
song.
I'm singing it, I'm singing it.
honestly, I
Are you?
love that
Yeah, there's
song.
gonna
Yeah.
be rain,
I'm
but
gonna
not
cry.
real rain, but it's gonna sound
Oh my
like
God,
rain.
that's
Wonderful
my-
song.
My
Thank you so
favorite
much.
song.
There's a part
My
in the
favorite.
second verse.
It's for our
We can
postpartum,
talk
baby.
after, but it's something you did differently with the top line of your vocal. I'll listen to it and show it. Phenomenal. Like I always go
Do
back
you know
to
who
that
I
one
wrote
spot.
that with?
No,
Dan
Dan
Wilson,
Wilson.
who did Never
Oh, yeah.
Mind Off.
didn't he do
Never
closing
mind,
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his song. Yeah, okay, and he
He's
did.
so
You guys
good.
can really talk
But I
music. I
walked
know
in
nothing.
because I was so nervous to write with him because of
Yeah.
all that. And I
Yeah.
walked in, I was like, "Are you my ballad guy?" He's like, "No, I'm your ballad guy." And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Okay,
I
I
mean,
have this
it's my
idea."
Great guy to have.
favorite.
Yep.
It's on my look at this right here.
I sent it to on my whole mom group.
It's on
It's a
my
wonderful song.
my
I
birth
love it.
playlist when I gave birth.
Oh yeah, you told
Yes,
me
it
that.
was
That's
on
my
my
dream. I just want to
playlist.
be on the birth
It's
list.
like,
you know?
I wanna be, and you go up in the second
Yep,
verse.
yep, yeah.
I can't
So
do it.
good.
I'm gonna butcher
Yeah,
it.
no,
my
that was
falsetto is a
it.
little.
And you
I
don't
gotta
want to hear
warm
me
up.
sing. You don't want to hear.
Yeah.
No.
Daryl can
But oh
sing.
my god, you guys can relate to that song so much. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I want to do everything, but I'm exhausted. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
because all my interviews were like, "How do you do it all?" And I was like,
I
they're
I
like,
don't.
while being so confident and
Yeah.
so happy, like you are just a bubble of joy. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I cried all night." What do you mean?
Yeah, you're like, this
like, I
is
don't
work.
post
I'm
the
working. I'm not
bad.
gonna cry.
Yeah.
Do you cry at work? I mean, maybe.
Chris Olsen begs me to cry on TikTok. And I was like, "I'm not
You
going to.
can't. You can't do
I
that.
can't. I don't.
You
I'm
can't.
like
Yeah.
in those moments."
No.
He's like, "Come on, to see me one." I
Yeah,
was like,
just a
"No,
tear.
no, yeah."
Just a tear.
No. But
All right, this was
yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. I can
Because
talk
I think the
forever.
camera's gonna die.
Okay, no.
Okay, we love you for listening. Thank you for being here. We
No,
worship
thank you so much.
Thanks for saying yes.
We
First
love you
guest
guys.
ever in the
Thank
new
you. This is
spot.
a
Yeah,
big
we
deal.
love it.
Beautiful
Yeah.
spot. I can't wait to now.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I get to
Yeah.
be a tour.
Let's hang.
Let's hang.
Well, thanks
Okay,
for having
love
us.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
listening. Bye,
guys.
Mom.
Bye. Oh yeah, my mom's totally watching
Yeah.
this.
Bye, mommies. Mwah.